Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to do for the wood slices as the chargers and part of my decoration at my reception for my wedding. I bought these from Etsy and I had to go through a drying process with the wood. And now I am sanding them down. After I sand them down, I'm going to be using this. I cannot pronounce it, I'm sorry. It is what the seller recommended I use to coat these wood slices. So I just have a sanding sponge. I'm gonna pick up some sanding strips that should hopefully work better. But all you need to do, it's sanding, it's pretty self-explanatory. I found that if I go in a circular motion with the grain, it does tend to like get all the stuff off of it, and it helps if it's flat too. I'm gonna be doing both sides just so whenever like people pick them up, they're not like hurting their fingers on the other side. So circular motion again. I have like 15 of these or 18 of these or something crazy like that. The seller did say I didn't have to sand it, like if I wanted to do a thinner coating of this stuff right here, which I'll put there for you to see again. But if I was gonna sand it, like the coating would look better and it would kind of just stay better on it, I guess. That's kind of what he had said, so. It's actually cheaper for me to do it this way than buy wood slices any other way. I really wanted them for my weddings. You know I'm doing a low-cost wedding, so this was a way for me to get what I wanted, but like a cheaper way. So now that you've seen kind of the time lapse of what I'm doing, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing step by step with these wood slices. So you can kind of tell the difference between one that's not done and then one that is. You can tell already from here, this one looks lighter. Nice smooth. So one thing I will say is you probably should wear safety glasses when you're doing this. I didn't and totally got some sawdust in my eye, my own fault. What I'm using to sand is I actually had this sanding sponge from a previous project and I believe I got it at Walmart or something like that. And I think all they do is put these kind of sheets on a sponge. So what I did is I got these right here. I'm sorry I ripped it. Let me see if I can find the top. It's Gator Premium Sandpaper. And I got the step 2 for this. I'm not a professional. I tried to look up some YouTube videos and didn't find like a whole lot. This is working, so I'm guessing it's fine to use. So what I did is I just wrap it around the sponge and then just kind of shift it as I sand to use up all of the paper. You can kind of tell that the paper gets discolored when you use it, and I'm honestly, again, not sure at what point the sandpaper is not usable or not as effective anymore. I'm just guessing that, okay, it's colored like it's used. So I've used a few sheets already, like probably 4. So I'm gonna pass the camera onto my husband so he can kind of show you what I do. Real quick side note, plug for Pure Leaf. I don't know if you've ever had their teas before. They have plastic bottles too that I really found them with, but the glass bottles are great and they're easier to recycle. So a plug for this is so good. All right guys, passing on to my husband. So I just do one section so that I can hold it right here. I go around the edges first, in the middle. I I'm doing a circular motion to stay with the grain. Not sure if it matters or not. It just seems to be a little bit faster that way. And I'm sure there's like 120 grit, all that stuff. I don't even know what that means. I know that that's sanding terms. So I just do it until I feel like it's smooth. So simple. Okay, then sometimes I will use this to get some of the sawdust off. That's how I got it in my eye. And then I'm just gonna do the other side the same way. So that's pretty much it. That's how I've done all of these, and it just helps this, Dave, how do you say this?
Polyurethane.
That is, this is gonna go on better if you sand it. The guy I bought it from, these are raw wood slices, so I had to dry them and everything. Bought them off of Etsy. He said that using this is fine without sanding it, but only to do like a thin coat. And I just feel like it would be hard for this to stick to the wood, to have a nice gloss, a nice finish without sanding it. And it's pretty cheap. The sanding strips are like less than $4. So, and this was like about $17 or so at Home Depot, but it's a huge can, and I'm sure I could use it for not only all 18 of my wood slices, but also for other things in the future if I needed it. So I will upload a video once I start putting this on so I can show you how to do this part, but that's all for the sanding part.
Poly.
Urethane. Polyurethane.
There you go.
Boom! Okay, y'all, this stuff, I actually read the directions, probably should have done that before. It does say to start with a 120 grit to 220 grit when you're sanding it. The sheets I got, 5 of them are 120 and 5 of them were 180. I'm really not sure which is which. Like I think I used probably the 180 because it's probably right at the back. But because of these being like cut the way they were, and this kind of material I think is probably fine. Yeah, because look, they're like different colors. So how am I supposed to know which is which? I don't know. Anyways, it's fine. It worked out. It probably does say on the back. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that it worked. So hopefully this sealer also seals great with it. And oh, look at that. It actually says right on the back what it is, 120 or 180. Yeah, okay. My parents let me get this radio from them the last time I was visiting. How cute is it? Hey guys, so we're finishing up our series here where I'm showing you the wood slices and I'm putting the polyurethane on. Right here, I've got a slice that does not have anything on it yet. Let me just show you real quick. These slices I just finished. For these right here, these are all the backs of ones that I had already put the polyurethane on the other side. I was going to do both sides. I'm not sure if I'll have enough to do both sides for all of them. I just kind of wanted to see how much of a difference that made. One of the things that bothered me the most is the fact with the bark, there's going to be tiny pieces of brownish, blackish bark that comes off in the sweeps of the brush no matter how careful you are. And I tried this method with a paper towel where I was like wiping off every tiny little black speck, and then it got to the point where it just, even as it dried, I would just see more specks and I couldn't do anything about it. I've just decided that yes, there's gonna be black specks on here and it's just gonna be natural. It's gonna be part of it. But this right here, I've got a few things on that I'm gonna go ahead and pick off. So I just inspect it and just gonna see if there's anything that I can pick off, like this right here, can pick off. Other than that, that's like the best I'm gonna be able to do. once I do the polyurethane, you'll see it will start to show up like here, the black spots, and you know, that's still good enough. I could go around and try to get every black spot, but then I'm having to go back through and re-brush things, and then it just gets more black spots on it. So it does bother me a little bit, but as it dries, it's not as bad. And two, for some reason, I think it's that same maybe dusting from it. It can almost make it look dirty. Like you can see how it looks dirty here, but as it dries, it just seals up and it doesn't look that bad. You can see some dark spots here, and that's fine. It's natural, so we're just gonna rock and roll with it. So I put a rubber band around here so that I could kind of wipe off the end and not drip everywhere. And then again, I try to go with the green as much as possible. And I put a really good thick coating. You want every bit of it to be wet. I made the mistake of trying to do too thin of a coating since I hadn't sanded it down to 220. I wanted to see what a thin coating would do, and it didn't quite look the way I wanted it to. It still looked rough, felt rough, so I went back through on some of those up there on the other sides and redid a coat. I just want to make sure everything gets soaked. Sure, if I could dip these wood slices in here, it might work out better, but I think I'm gonna run out of polyurethane. You can see that there's some stuff on the brush. If I see that, I will try to pick it off as I go, so that helps a little bit. We're just gonna time lapse this real quick. So you can see that the polyurethane almost makes the dark spots look smeary and even more pronounced. That's because it's white, so it is going to offset that coloring in it. But like I said, when it dries, it looks a lot better. So I'm just going to show you the other side of one of these here. So as you can see, this is a dried one. Doesn't look too far off from maybe one of these, except it's a little darker. But that is a sealed one. This, you know, this is kind of stuck on there. So it's sealed on there. And you know, it's just, it adds character. It'll do. But it's a much easier handling, much easier feel. The wood is actually sealed, so it will last a really long time. And I do plan on using these past my wedding. I was able to coat at least one side of 16, and of those 16, 5 of them have the other side done. So I really should have just done one-sided, I guess, so that I could finish these last two. But that's all right. We've got most of them done, and you know, I'm happy with that. You can buy another can if you have this many wood slices. Oh, and these are 12-inch slices, just so you know what size they are. If you get smaller, you're obviously going to probably be able to make it last a little longer for you. But this is what we've got here with the size can that we have. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent. So thanks so much for watching my amateur video of how to do this. I was disappointed that I couldn't find anything online, and hopefully this at least gives you an idea of how to do this if you were to do wood slices yourself for your own wedding or for your own home decor. See you next week.